Dr. Susan Trung has been caring for patients as an eye doctor for 20 plus years. She literally helps people to see 20/20. So she knows a thing or two about sight and vision. Sight is a function of your eyes, while vision is a function of your heart. In August 2014, when she lost a younger brother to cancer only 9 days after his diagnosis, she pivoted. Today, as a visionary strategist, she is passionate about inspiring all of you to live beyond 20/20 vision. Don't just merely exist. Wake up and truly live right here and right now. And now, your host, Dr. Susan Trung.
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Susan Trung at Beyond Your 20/20 Vision. And today, I want to touch on the topic of empathy. Are you capable of empathy? Do you even know what it means? I ask that because it took me a while to figure out what it means. Why does it matter? And I wanted to touch on this topic today because I just had something that took place in my life that had me even be better at empathizing. So when you looked up the definition of Googling the definition of empathy, it says that it is when you are able to share in the feelings of the other person and understand how they feel about whatever. All right. So to be empathetic, to be able to empathize with somebody. And as an eye doctor on a daily basis, still seeing patients, that's important to me because if I can better empathize with you, the patient sitting in my exam chair, then I'm going to deliver better care to you. And I say that because empathy is, a while back I was like, sympathy, empathy, doesn't that mean the same thing? And as the years move on and I got a little older, a little wiser, a little more life's experience, and I'm like, heck no, they're not the same thing. It's like, hello, even read the definition of the two. But empathy, simply put, to me, when I'm trying to teach, I wouldn't say teach, but even share and explain to my children, or I mean, not necessarily my children are adults now, young adults, whether it's them or the employees, a staff member, my husband, whomever. Simply put, empathy is when you can walk in the other person's shoes, when you can be in their skin. Okay, when it's almost, visualize this. It's almost like I tell people, like I have a magic wand and I go whoosh, and I can whoosh myself inside you, right, in your body, and then I can better empathize. Then I can better understand your thoughts, what you're feeling, why you feel the way you do. Sometimes people say, when you say something to them like me 6 years ago, I lost a younger brother. I lost him to cancer. He was only 42, and cancer, from the time he was diagnosed to the time he passed, it was 9 days. Devastating. It was crazy. I mean, I was like, what the heck? And so I would share with people, when they ask, how are you doing? And around that time, I'm like, yes, I just lost a brother. And there, of course, typically you would hear, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's very polite. You would expect that as a polite response. Or if people would ever say, oh, I understand. Right? When you share something with them, like, oh yeah, I just went through a crazy divorce, or I just lost a job, or I had to file bankruptcy, or again, I just lost a loved one, someone I was so close to, and they say, oh, I understand. Do you really? I so want to ask them, do you really understand? I mean, are you just saying that? Because truly, if you don't actually understand, don't say it. And empathy is, if we, more of us, can grasp this whole concept of empathy, I'm going to tell you, we you're just going to be a better person for yourself, your spouse, your family, your coworkers, just a better person, period, all around. And I know through the years, again, as I shared with you earlier, as I've gotten older, and I've learned more so what it means to be empathetic. I'm a better I'm a better doctor for my patients. I'm a better wife. I'm a better sister. I'm a better aunt. I'm a better daughter. I just I just like myself a little better because I know what how I can be with others, how I can relate, be more relatable, as we would call it. Okay. And not only as an eye doctor, being empathetic helps, but you just heard me before, it's just going to help in every way. And as a coach, right, as a life coach, as a mentor, if I understand empathy, what it means, that I'm going to be better at coaching you through life's challenges, through what it is that you need me for, whatever you feel stuck in, that you hired me to be your life coach because you want me to unstuck it. But until I have actually lived through whatever experiences, I'm truly not going to grasp what it means to be empathetic. Because I would tell you, in this coaching world, it seems like there's a lot of different coaches out there, right? You have the athletic coach, the life coaches, the business coaches. But let's just talk about the world of life coaching. I mean, if you Google life coaching, there's many life coaches out there. But I've known some, I know some life coaches that are life coaches because they read some books, they took some courses, they're certified. That's all good and dandy. But the better, I would have to say, some of you may agree, some of you may not agree, that the better life coaches are those who have truly been through all of life's crap themselves, who's actually lived the different experiences. So they know the ups and downs, the goods and bads, the pretty stuff about it, the ugly stuff about it. So that, because when they have actually lived through all of that, then they can be better. Okay. Me, can be better at coaching you because I've been through it. And such as when I tell people I, I grew up in poverty. I grew up with roaches and rats running around the house. Okay. I know what it's like to not have a lot of money and be in high school and have the designer clothes and wanting to be like the other kids and all. I mean, it's just, that's how we grew up. But we may be poor, but my parents provided the best they could for us with all their sacrifices and struggles. And well, one thing for sure, they made sure we never went hungry. So when I lived through that, then, or when I've been through like the death of my brother, I've been through a crazy divorce. It was not pretty. I don't know any divorces that's pretty. I mean, if you do, yeah, feel free to share with me. But it's just because I've been through it, and I knew what an ugly place it took me to, and what it took for me, the commitment, the mindset, the motivation, the determination to want to get out each time I would fall, to get up and wipe the dirt off my ass and keep moving on with life because there's so much better waiting for me ahead. Because I've been through all that, then I can better empathize with you and better coach you. Okay, because I'm going to tell you, I've seen it until people have truly lived it themselves. How are you going to understand? How are you going to understand what I truly feel? And yes, that's what being empathetic is all about. And recently, probably about a week, not quite 2 weeks ago, I mean, knock on wood, I've never needed any major surgery or anything where it requires the doctors to cut on any parts of my body. Thank goodness. I'm blessed and grateful for that. But they did cut on me about a week ago. Luckily, it was a small cut. What I went through is I had cataract surgery. I'm 52. That's pretty young for cataract surgery. And me being an eye doctor, I mean, here I am with vision problem. And sure, I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I just need, I wear glasses, I wear contacts. Maybe I'm thinking I just need to, update my prescription. I mean, I'm not seeing 2020. What's going on? So I tried this, I tried that, and tried everything, different prescription, different contacts, etc. And I just could not get my vision to the best clarity I can, which as eye doctors, we aim for 2020. So after having multiple opinions, getting different eye exams from colleagues, their opinions, and so on and so forth, then we came to the conclusion that I was blurry because I had cataracts in both eyes. It was worse in my right eye, not as bad in my left eye. And I'm going to share this with you as I share with patients that come in to see me. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to remember this if you should run into any situation, any health challenges when you're dealing with your own health and with your doctors, no matter what specialty of doctors and all is, it's time to do something about it when it starts affecting your quality of life. So just remember that. I'm going to repeat that again. If something is off, right, your vision, your hearing, your reflexes, your response time when it comes to driving, whatever it is, when it starts affecting your quality of life, at that point, you're like, okay, that's it. I need to stop living in denial and get it addressed. Okay. And that was the point that I had gotten to, because this blurry vision of mine had been progressing for about the last 2 years. So at this point, I was like, okay, that's it. It's time to just figure this out. Whatever needs to be done, get it done. And when it comes to cataract surgery, cataracts is when the lens in your eyes, the lens is right behind your iris, which is the color part of your eye, when it gets cloudy, when it gets opaque. So when there's an opacity, light can't come. There's not a light that can come through, so you don't see as well. You see, but it's like this blur blob. And nighttime driving for me was getting a little challenging. So what happens with cataracts is, with today's technology, it's pretty amazing how it's done and how quickly it's done in outpatient surgery. You don't stay overnight in the hospital. And in the old days, the incisions were larger, so your eyes had to be stitched up. But today's technology, which is this great surgeon I have, and if you're ever in the Tampa Bay area, you need to find him, is Dr. Neil Desai at the Eye Institute of West Florida. And the incisions they make, it's like a millimeter and a half wide. That's, if you ever go take a metric ruler and look at a millimeter and a half. That's tiny. Okay, so in cataract surgery, your opaque lens is taken out and you have a lens implant put in, and there's different types now. So I went with what we call a bifocal or multifocal contacts lens implant, so that so that I can see far, near, intermediate, at any distances without needing any glasses or any contact lenses anymore. And when the incision's so small, there are no it doesn't have to be stitched up. It just can easily heal on its own. So it's crazy amazing. So I'm sitting here for those of you watching my podcast today. It's like I can see clearly now. I'm going to start singing there. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Right? I've been singing that. It's driving my husband crazy. But you go under anesthesia for cataract surgery. You're under anesthesia, but you're not totally out. It's enough where the surgeon will tell you it's almost like keep you in the twilight zone, but you're awake still, so that you can move your eyes and target at different lights and all that they want you to. So that going through that, me, someone who's never really needed to go under anesthesia for anything. I mean, I knew what the whole process. I mean, I've been referring patients out to cataract surgery, and I've been telling them all this thing. Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's outpatient surgery. You go in the morning, you're home in the afternoon. The next day, you head back to the office for a follow-up visit. I'm like, yeah, it's something. But now, I'm going to tell you, it's different when you go through it yourself. I mean, I knew what was going to take place. I know what it was going to be like, but I was like nervous. I was just a crazy case. I had to calm myself down and tell myself, okay, deep breaths, count to 10, don't get anxious. So going through the whole process, understanding it, going through it myself, and now being where I am today with this great HD vision, yes, I can definitely empathize even more so with my patients who have gone through cataract surgery or is going through cataract surgery or any surgery of such, any procedures. So this is why I decided, you know what? Today I want to talk about empathy. And when I can better empathize with my patients, but not only with my patients or my coaching clients or my husband or anybody that I come into action with, then I'm a better person. Maybe I'm a little nicer person, a little more patient, not so quick to jump to assumption about whatever. So the question I ask you, as I have been sharing this last half an hour or so with you about empathy, my question to you is, are you capable of being empathetic? Is that something you're really good at or you need to work at? And why? I mean, why is it important to you? Some of you listening or viewing may say, whatever, who cares? Okay, I mean, that's fine, your choice. But I'm just going to tell you when we can better empathize, I truly feel that we can better love, we can better care, we can better relate, we can be a better leader, employer, boss, whatever your role is in life, whether your role at home, your role at work. And I will tell you, I highly, highly recommend you, if you're already understanding what empathy and being empathetic is all about, then great, hooray for you. I'm happy for you. And if not, and I hope that listening today really gave you a lot to think about, and you feel like, maybe I'm not as good at it, but I want to be better, and you need help, you can reach out to me, Dr. Susan Trung, at Beyond Your 2020 Vision, because I am here. All I can do is share my experience with you, because I want you to learn from my experience. If I can help with empathy or with anything else, or you feel like you're stuck in life's status quo, your status quo, and you're fed up and you just want to get out of it and tell yourself this pandemic, we're all hoping and praying that it's coming to an end. Who knows? Maybe soon. Maybe soon. I do hope and pray. I know we all do. Is when you ask yourself, how do I want to be? What do I want my life to be like? How do I want to truly live when I get out of this pandemic? Okay. And if you need help someone to help unstuck you, if we're a good fit, great. If we're not, then at least I can guide you accordingly or direct you, but we can start with a conversation. And oftentimes I do a complimentary 20-minute strategy call. And you can schedule that and you can find it on beyondyour2020vision.com. And I hope today gave you a lot to think about. So get out there, be more empathetic. This is Dr. Susan Trott at beyondyour2020vision.com. And I hope you have a most wonderful day, and we will talk again next time. Take care.